Hello viewers, this is Major General Neelendra Kumar for the YouTube channel Lex Consilium Foundation for the playlist Inse Miliye in conversation with Justice B.A. Khan. Now my next question to you is, and it relates about a recent remark made by Honorable Vice President of India, and I suppose the event was in Bhopal National Judicial Commission, and if I am not wrong, and there the Vice President is reported to have questioned in that address there the involvement of Chief Justice of India in executive appointments, and of course he said that in a democracy like India. Now the executive appointments that he was pointing out related to the appointment of the electoral body that we have, Election Commission or the CVC, where we have the Chief Justice is a member of this selection committee. But the Honorable Vice President, in his views, he says it appeared to him a constitutional paradox, and he reminded that all democratic institutions must function within their own jurisdiction. I wonder if that by implication means that the Supreme Court is coming out of its jurisdiction. Now, how do you look at it in a dispassionate manner?
General Sahab, technically, this Vice President, he was a lawyer, and appearing in the Supreme Court also. I don't know what his...
A senior advocate, yes.
I don't know what his experience has been at the bar. But technically, he is correct. Technically, why he is correct? Because for every selection mode, law provides the composition. For example, in this electoral chief election commissioner, law provides that it should be prime minister, it should be leader of opposition, and it should be that ministers of that. So law provides it. Now when law provides it, and then for example court says, no, apart from this, Justice Khan must also be there. The Vice President takes an offense. He says, look here, this is going against the law, against the system. If law provides this, then how do you say that involvement of Chief Justice should be there? But, proviso. But there are, what does Chief Justice's involvement mean? It means lending a judicial element to selection process.
And also not confining it to a political process.
True. And to make it fair, because you are attributing fairness and transparency to the Chief Justice. Chief Justice is a judicial element who is believed to ensure fairness and in respect of the selection of a post on which is dependent the democratic setup of this country. Look at the sensitivity involved. That is why a three-bench, I don't know whether it was a constitution bench or a three-bench bench, in the judgment said, by the time you make a law, because there was no law for selection of the Chief Election Commissioner, till then you have the selection committee of Prime Minister, Opposition Leader, Chief Justice, this. What they did is to come over that judgment, they made a law. They made a law and dropping that Chief Justice. Now technically nothing wrong with it. But given the importance of the issue and the common belief that Chief Justice would have ensured transparency in a case on which depends our democratic setup. Elections are the basic structure of our democracy.
And given the fact, which court will take judicial notice, that of late or in recent past, there have been plethora of cases relating to holding of elections and impinging on impartiality of the election commission.
Yeah, in that background,
In that background.
No, but what do you do? Well, because this is not falling within your domain at all. Now a case is going on that. That the judgment of the Supreme Court has been defeated or come over or so and so. Let us see what the Supreme Court says on that. But technically, Vice President is correct that a selection committee is provided by the law. You can't plant anybody else out of that. Number one. Number two, what is the guarantee? Even if you involve or include Chief Justice of India, that the whole thing is going to be all fair and this and that. Honey and milk and they have and this.
A new sun will rise.
How do you ensure that? I have seen that making no difference in practical experience. Do you remember that case of that CBI director?
Yes.
Was not the Chief Justice of India there?
Yes.
Was not the court direction kept aside? So in practice, and number two, let us say by a common conduct. You are the Prime Minister, I am the Chief Justice. I am vulnerable to you in so many respects. For example, I have to get this scheme sanctioned, that thing, from you only. Now you take a stand, no, Mr. X has to be the Chief Election Commissioner. I am for Mr. X. His minister is also saying, I am for Mr. X. 2 votes. Now Chief Justice is very crucial.
Yeah.
I have not seen a situation where you can pick up some kind of an issue with the Prime Minister and say, no, I will go against you.
He is unlikely ever to take a stand.
In practical terms. In practical terms. Theoretically, yes. So,
theoretically,
yes, Chief Justice of India, impartiality, this and that. Practically.
It's most unlikely.
Most unlikely.
Yes. And then
so both ways it doesn't make much of a difference. The Vice President correct in his own way, going technically, and court correct in its own way because seeing the sensitivity and the importance of the issue, and then inducting Chief Justice of India into that, in the belief that he will work under there of fairness and impartiality, which on practical terms may not be possible.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Justice Khan. I am sure that our viewers would benefit. They would largely benefit and they will appreciate your enunciation on these some of the questions that are on common platform today, and they are under discussion in the public forum. Thank you.